Good morning, one and all. Welcome to today's English class. PUC first year lesson number 5, Money Madness, the poem Money Madness, written by D.H. Lawrence, the poet D.H. Lawrence. So, D.H. Lawrence was a prominent English writer of the 20th century. He has written novels, short stories, poems, plays, essays, and travel books. And he has done many translations. This author has also done translations. He is noted for his novel Sons and Lovers, The Rainbow, Women in Love. So he is noted for these novels of his. In the present poem, Money Madness, the poet perceives materialistic perspective of his fellow human beings. In the pre-reading activity, we see that if money is the root cause of all evil, that is bad things, then greed, that is the desire of want, is the seed. If you see to the pre-reading activity, if money is the root cause of all the evils, then greed is its seed. Yes, it's very true. In this poem, the poet tries to depict the importance of money. How money plays an important role, the most important part in everyone's life. How money has forced a person to sell even his morals. Yes, today we can see and we know how important money is. A person with no money is nothing. A person with money is everything. A person with money is everything. A person with no money is nothing, a zero. The moral values, the good qualities, the goodness of a man has very less value in front of this great power called money. Everything seems to be a big zero before money. So let's see how the poet D.H. Lawrence has explained about money in this poem. Let us see what the poet tries to say in this poem. Money is a madness, a vast collective madness. And of course, if the multitude is mad, the individual carries his own grain of insanity around him. The individual carries his own grain of insanity, madness, around with him. I doubt if any man living hands out a pound note without a pang, and a real tremor if he hands out a 10-pound note. So these are the first few lines of the poem. Here the poet tries to say that money is everybody's madness. Everyone is going mad behind this money. It is not the madness of a single person or a few people, but it is a madness. It is vast collective madness. That is, it is a big madness and almost of all the people. The poet says, if each and every one goes mad behind money, then each individual will have only insane people around him. That is, mad people. If each and every person is going mad, then naturally he will be surrounded by mad people only. Every person is behind this money. The poet says, he doubts if any man living in this world will give a pound note to the other without pain. Will any person give you a 100-rupee note? No. Even if he gives you, it is out of pain. No person will simply give you money. No person will simply give money to others. Even if anyone gives it, he gives it with lot of pain. because giving money to others is painful. This you must be knowing. When the police catches you without a license, how painful it is for you to give money to him. And the real tremor is earthquake. The real earthquake happens if a man gives a 10-pound note to someone. If a man gives 10-pound note to someone, it is like an earthquake happening, a tremor. That is, the poet says, a person to give 1 pound to another person feels pain. How will he give a 10-pound note? Not possible. It will be like an earthquake happening. When he gives a 10-pound note. The fear that is experienced by a person during an earthquake will be the same as the fear of the person giving a 10-pound note. So the person compares the person experiencing an earthquake and the person giving a 10-pound note. Both will have the same fear. So the next few lines of the poem. We quail, money makes us quail. It has got us down, we grovel before it in strange terror. And no wonder, for money has a fearful, cruel power among men. But it is not money we are so terrified of. It is the collective money madness of mankind. For mankind says with one voice, how much is he worth? So these are the next few lines of the poem, wherein the poet tries to say that we fear, we lose heart is to quail, and money makes us do it. Money has brought us all down. We begin to behave in a strange way on seeing money. Money makes us change our nature, our behavior. Yes, this money has a great power. The poet says, a cruel power in it. It makes everyone behave in a strange way. The poet further says, just sit calmly and think over again and again, and we realize that it is not money that we are so terrified of or feared of, but it is the collective money madness of mankind. We people have given more importance to money, and we have given importance to such an extent that we ourselves have begun to fear of it. We have made our life in such a way that we feel it is only money that matters and nothing else. It is we who have given so much of importance. We have created such a situation for ourselves. So it is not one person's problem. It is not the problem of one person, but it is the collective money madness of mankind. Money has that great power that such a big voice, the author says, money has that great power, that big voice the money has. Man's standard is measured in terms of money. How much is a man's worth depends upon how much money he has. How much worth a man is depends upon how much money he has. Next few lines of the poem. Has he no money? Then let him eat dirt and go cold. And if I have no money, they will give me a little bread, so I do not die. But they will make me eat dirt with it. I shall have to eat dirt. I shall have to eat dirt. If I have no money, it is that I am frightened of. And that fear can become a delirium. So the author says that society respects only that person who has money. If a person does not have money, then society treats him very badly and allows him to eat dirt and suffer in cold winters. Or to the maximum, this society may give him a little bread so that the person who has no money is alive, so that he lives alive and does not die out of hunger. But the society will surely make him eat dirt. Here it means that the rich people will help the poor, the person with no money, by giving the left out bread, which probably must be spoilt. So nobody gives fresh cooked food to another person who is in need. Whatever is stale only we give to the needy, the person who almost comes to beg in front of your house. If a person has no money, then he has to eat this spoiled bread that is considered as the dirt. So he has to eat dirt and only dirt. Here the poet tries to say that if a person has no money, then he will have to face the disrespect, the shame, the insults in this society. His self-respect will be hurt, and this is the reason that the poor fears of. His mental state of mind will be fully disturbed by the behavior of the rich towards the poor person, and that fear can become delirium. It is the fear of my money. Mad fellow men, we must have some money to save us from eating dirt, and this is all wrong. Bread should be free. So these are the next few lines of the poem. It is the fear of my money, mad fellow men. We must have some money to save us from eating dirt, and this is all wrong. Bread should be free, shelter should be free, fire should be free to all and anybody, anybody all over the world. We must regain our sanity about money before we start killing one another about it. It's one thing or the other. Here the poet tries to say that fear develops in a person with no money, and this fear grows in him and only because of the fellow men, that is the men in the society. People treat him so badly that he begins to fear, and that is why one should have money. One should have money to save oneself from eating dirt. But all this is very wrong. The author says bread, that is food, shelter, fire should be free for each and every person, no matter he is rich or poor. The author says all over the world these three things should be free for everyone. One must regain the sanity, that is the normal behavior of a person. Insane is madness and sane is being normal. So the author says all over the world these three things. The author says all over the world these three things should be free for everyone. One must regain the sanity, that is a normal behavior about money. He should not be mad of money. He should be sane and not insane about money. And this should be regained before one starts killing the other for money or for the sake of money. We should realize that we should come away out of this money madness. This is what the author tries to say in the last few lines of the poem. Hope you all have understood the poem. Do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.